Good afternoon. My name is David Hersman. I'm a certified flight instructor with over 7,000 hours of flight experience in single-engine airplanes and a couple years of experience with drones. I own an EXO Blackhawk 2 Pro, and I enjoy flying this very much. And I have taken some real good videos with it, some of which you'll see in the background of this video. But I have observed that there's quite a bit of criticism aimed at EXO, and even people throwing slams at the mentality of EXO drone owners. Like a lot of people, I was drawn toward EXO drones because of their stated commitment to US-based customer service. I believe that's a worthy objective, and customer service is the bottom line in any business. So customer service is the topic of this first major video related to drones, including my experience with the EXO company and the drone. I will be very candid, expressing both pros and cons, but with all of it, I hope to be helpful to you and to the EXO company. I want to see EXO succeed. If you as a viewer are in any other business, still the things I am about to say will be an immeasurable value to you. I am old school. I've run a flight instruction business for almost 4 decades. So I am going to give you and to EXO some valuable insights regarding customer service. Every drone manufacturer and dealer will benefit from the principles that I'm giving here on customer service. As I said earlier, customer service is the bottom line in any business. And it has to be based on the biblical injunction to love your neighbor as yourself. Anything less is simply not customer service, but is self-serving. Anytime you start to believe that the bottom line is money, your customer service declines, and inevitably the number of customers will soon dry up. Keep in mind that profit is not a bad thing. That's what puts the bread and butter on the table of the owners of a business and their employees. There has to be profit to stay in business, and that profit will ultimately be determined by the quality of your customer service. Good customer service begins with a quality product. For EXO, here is what you're up against. This DJI drone was probably 5 to 6 years old, or the one like it that I flew, 5 or 6 years old when I first flew it. And it still worked, as far as I could tell, as good as new. I had some connection problems, but I learned to work around them. Whether we like it or not, and I don't like it, but the Chinese DJI has become sort of a non-official industry standard against which all other drones are compared or judged and even condemned. So EXO and others need to be providing and marketing well-made drones with a reasonable life expectancy of 6 or 7 years at least, as technology advances and features and reliability should grow also. Looking at my EXO Blackhawk 2 Pro, and after flying it for many hours, over 125 flights, I believe it is well made, it's sturdy, it's dependable. I have not flown any other EXO drones, so I can't give much of a valuable opinion or evaluation of those. Hopefully I'll have that privilege soon. Let me share my experiences with the EXO company. I called or chatted with their sales department on August 2nd or 3rd last year, 2022, and I was assured that the Blackhawk 2 Pro was in stock and ready to ship. So I ordered one. I received an email confirmation that same day, and a notice the next day that it had been shipped. The next day, after that, a duplicate notice that it had been shipped. But by the 3rd day, the tracking number was not showing up in the system. I began communicating with the live chat, and on the 5th day, I found out it had not been shipped, was back ordered, and was expected to be in stock in about 7 weeks, about September 25th. It turned out to be about 5 weeks, and I received the drone on September 13th. So let me say this about shipping. Creating a label does not mean it's shipped. Shipped in the eyes of your customer means that the item is out your door, it's accepted and scanned in by the carrier, and it's on its way to the customer. Program your software to tell the truth. Honesty is the only acceptable policy. When a label has been printed and attached to the box, and the item is in the box, sealed up, it's expected to go out the door that day, your software could notify your customer that the order is being shipped immediately. Then, another email should come to the customer when it is in the hands of the carrier and it's been scanned in. That is what shipped means. I contacted customer service and they were very sympathetic, admitting it was their error. They offered me some alternative deals, including a refund, but I decided to keep my order in the system. I stayed in contact with customer service through live chat. I feel like I've had good results through live chat, usually got connected quickly with people who tried to be helpful. During the weeks that passed, they promised me a couple consolation freebies, which was good on their part, and I did eventually receive a landing pad and an extra set of propellers. So I'd say, if you have a delay, keep in touch. Be kind, but keep in touch. I had spent almost $1,000, but really didn't have anything to show for it, except a receipt. So as a dealer, they should indeed give some extras to somebody whose order is back ordered. They also gave me an email certificate for a future $25 expenditure. I even suggested that they should have some loaner drones that could be used by customers during such delays, and the guy I suggested that to thought it might be a good idea. Yes, it is a good idea. It's what we call customer service. Anyhow, my Blackhawk 2 Pro arrived on September 13th, about 2 weeks earlier than their readjusted projected shipping date. It had been shipped through UPS overnight, which is good customer service. Everything was in the box, appeared to be in excellent condition, and of course I was very anxious to get my drone into the air, but alas, it did not connect up and fly right out of the box as it does on the quick start video. So for the next 3 days or so, I had many live chat contacts with technical support, and I feel like everyone I talked to was really trying to be helpful, but they didn't seem to have a reliable troubleshooting sequence to narrow down, identify, and mitigate the problem. Little by little, I pieced together enough ideas and information to figure it out. The problem seemed to be a connection problem between the controller, the phone, and the aircraft, especially between the controller and the phone. I would get the USB cable was not connected messages when indeed the cable was connected. If you unplugged either end of the cable, the voice announced that the USB cable was disconnected. That would indicate that it had been connected before. The phone was showing a charging indicator. Once I worked through to where I could do the calibrations, I finally got the ready to fly message and the motors could be started. I took it to a more open area and made my first flights on September 17th. Later, I still had connection problems sometimes, but finally I was able to borrow a Samsung phone to try, and that trial convinced me that the phone was the big part of the connection issue and the screen freeze-ups that I had been experiencing. I bought a Samsung A13, which was on sale, and that did indeed fix the connection problem. Although, as autumn and the winter has progressed, I have not been able to fly as often as I had been, usually getting connected quickly and maintaining a good live feed through the flight. Seems to work best in the airplane mode, which cuts off the reception of stray Wi-Fi or cell tower interference. I am currently in Florida, and I've been here about 2 weeks, and I have been flying this EXO drone almost every day or every other day, and I've taken a lot of video with it, and you'll see some of those videos in the background even right now. I do believe that heavy overcast, lots of nearby trees, power lines, or other metal devices nearby can affect your connection, the connection of your controller to your phone, and especially satellite reception. I would recommend that EXO would have on their website a forum or a database related to certain problems and their solutions, all based on feedback from verified owners of EXO drones. Also, they need a database of what phones work well with EXO software and which ones seem to give trouble. My experience indicates that the Samsung phones work better than Motorola or LG with either DJI or EXO drone. It should always be quite easy and efficient for customers to get in contact with friendly, knowledgeable, sympathetic customer service representatives. Some EXO owners have stated that they think the original objectives and intentions were good, but the company has been bought out by a different firm and maybe they have dropped the ball. If so, they need to wake up and to carefully begin applying these customer service principles. What am I talking about? Customer service. Here I have a Craftsman wrench. I don't use this to work on my EXO drone, but right now I'm using it as an example of what constitutes a very good warranty. These were made by the Sears Company, and their warranty stated, if any Craftsman hand tool ever fails to give complete satisfaction, return it to any Craftsman dealer and get a free replacement. Now that gives the basic foundation of what is a good warranty. Complete satisfaction. But we cannot expect that type of warranty for an electronic device that actually flies through the air, often piloted by someone who is obsessed with speed, distance, and close passes to stationary objects. Nobody wants to crash their drone, but many people want to come as close as possible. And we want to be able to do all kinds of advanced maneuvers as soon as we open the box. Quick start videos proclaim and demonstrate how easy it is to fly your drone, but you need to be controlled by the reasonable assumption that it takes some time to learn any new skill. The quick start materials need to emphasize the need for caution, time to learn, etc. On the other hand, there have been a lot of forum comments, some videos, and angry evaluations from people who probably actually did receive a defective drone or control device and did not have a very good follow-up experience with EXO customer service. These reports are too numerous to be ignored. Potential customers will not ignore them, and the company should seek them out, take them very seriously if they want to remain in business. Every purchaser has a right to expect to receive a drone which works as advertised for a reasonable period of time. I would advise all customers to work their way through the 40-page user manual, or however many pages your manual has, as soon as feasible. The company should not even include any quick start videos or printed materials if they are going to back down from it and tell you that you didn't read the manual. Don't give us a quick start if you don't want us to start quickly. So, what I conclude is this, that there has to be an acceptance of responsibility for all parties involved. The builder, the seller, the consumer, every business has a moral and ethical responsibility to provide a quality product that will do what it's supposed to do for a reasonable length of time. And their customer service must be prepared to stand behind every product they sell, as well as every promise they imply. Honesty is the only acceptable policy. Customer service is the bottom line in every business, and you never get a second chance to make a first impression. Every consumer or drone purchaser, in this case, also has an embedded responsibility to inform himself of the proper use of the device. Follow the recommended procedures. Expect a reasonable learning curve. Obey the FAA regulations and take the responsibility for their actions. Happy flying.